Boa noite, depois dessas 3 piscadas, estamos entrando no ar. Ontem teve problemas, hoje nós vamos mostrar apenas o filme com o texto em português e somente amanhã é que nós vamos descer nos detalhes. Lembrando que nós estamos fazendo a Escola de Sabedoria Digital de Adamos com o Crimson Círculo, vamos ter duas, a de Adamos Crimson Círculo e a da Ordem Rosa Cruz. Nós estamos começando a de Adamos. Como é que é o esquema? Nós vamos fazer sempre, lembrando que o Crimson Círculo, Adamos, ele se manifesta, ele faz o que ele chama de Shoud, a reunião para os grupos dele. Uma vez por mês, no primeiro sábado de cada mês, o Crimson Círculo transmite ao vivo a palestra, a fala de Adamo Saint-Germain. E no mês seguinte é apresentado o resumo do mês anterior e faz a do mês seguinte. E nós vamos sempre apresentar, quando acontecer no sábado a transmissão, a gente faz o vídeo da semana anterior. E quando fica pronta a tradução daquele mês, a gente vai trazer ao ar do mesmo jeito que a gente está trazendo essa. Vamos fazer um padrão para que fique tudo padronizado. Então, nós vamos apresentar sempre dividido em 7 partes, vamos dividir para dar uma vez por semana, porque são 10 anos de Escola de Mistério de Adamos e não tem uma organização que você possa assistir os vídeos para entender. Está tudo espalhado em toda a quantidade de vídeos que ele fez e a gente vai dar as explicações para que você possa melhor compreender o que está sendo, o que ele está querendo dizer com as palavras que ele usa, com a metodologia que ele fala, e não só o ligado ao Adamos, como também o ligado a todas as escolas de misticismo, Osho e todos os outros mestres, e todo mundo, Jesus, todo mundo que participa deste movimento de iluminação do ser humano ainda encarnado. Tá? Então, hoje nós vamos assistir o Shoud 8.1, a primeira parte do Shoud 8, que vai ao ar hoje e sem comentários, e amanhã você que já assistiu hoje vai assistir somente o vídeo comentado e, se possível, também amanhã vai ter o 8.2, a segunda metade, o segundo pedacinho do Shoud 8, mas só o vídeo, ok? Então vamos lá. O vídeo do Shoud 8, parte 1.
Aloha, dear Shambra, I am that I am, Adamus of Sovereign Domain. I'm just feeling all of you gathering around from all over the world, whether you're doing it here live right now or whether you're doing it sometime in what you would call the future. We're actually still all in the present moment. You could be tuning in a week, even a year, a decade from now, and we're still all in the present moment. And that's one of the beauties about Eterna, about going timeless and being in time. You can do all of that together. I'm taking a deep breath, feeling into each and every one of you, what you're going through, what you're encountering in your life. And, you know, I know it's difficult at times, but I'm smiling. I am smiling. Not that I don't care. Not that I'm indifferent. I know it's difficult, it's challenging, but I also know that this is going to be the most memorable time ever for you. The most memorable. And I know that you make it. So knowing that you make it, knowing that you come to allow your realization, knowing that you stay on the planet here for many, many years to come, enjoying life, I can smile. I can be happy with it. I do implore all of you to make sure to try to savor the moments that you're in right now. Even on the dark days, even with the tough stuff, even just when you're bored crazy, even when you're impatient, I implore you to just enjoy the hell out of it. I don't want you to come to me later and say, "Oh, Adamus, I wish you'd have said to enjoy what I'm going through," because it is bittersweet, and bittersweet can sometimes taste pretty good. Sometimes there's a tendency to focus on just the tough stuff and to get into the worrying and the doubting and everything else. But, well, I'll talk about that later. You don't have the luxury to do that anymore. So you might as well enjoy every moment that you're going through. Yeah, the difficult times, having to deal with, I was listening to before when Calder and Linda were talking, having to deal with supposed customer service people, having to deal with governments and taxes. I know sometimes it's just very difficult and challenging, but actually enjoy this time. Really allow yourself, make that commitment to yourself to enjoy it. I would strongly advise each and every one of you to keep some type of journal or log, just quick notes to yourself. It doesn't have to be anything tedious, but just little notes to yourself, a few times a week even. You look back over that later and you'll smile. You know how you look back at photographs, and in the moment the photograph was taken, you might not have been in a good mood. You might have looked kind of like crap, or so you thought. You might have been irritated about something. You might have been falling apart at the seams, but you look back at that photo years later, and it brings a big smile to your face. And you look at, first of all, how far you come. You looked at the beauty of that moment, even with its challenges. You look at the beauty of that moment, and it kind of warms your heart. It's like that, keeping a journal, writing some notes to yourself, or drawing little pictures, that's fine too. But you're going to look back and realize this was the most precious and perhaps most challenging, but the most precious time of all your lifetimes. You're not just carrying the weight of you in this lifetime. What I mean by that is, as you come to your realization in this lifetime, it's bringing all the aspects back home. And sometimes the aspects are annoying. Sometimes they're outright angry. Sometimes it feels like they're working against you, but you're bringing them home right now. So you have that weight as well. You have the weight of past lives, which really, in a way, are aspects. It's not like their history is written and it's all completed. No, they're changing right now. They're going through a metamorphosis in that lifetime as a result of you choosing your realization in this lifetime. So those lifetimes are actually changing. And what appeared to be a ship going in one direction, and it was like headed in that direction in that lifetime, is now changing course in that lifetime. A better way of putting it is like, let's say that lifetime was a ship heading on its course, going through all its experiences and ending up at a certain place at its death. But now there's a second ship, and it's going on a different course. And that course is the realization of that lifetime, which can be felt by that very being of that lifetime. It suddenly feels something is shifting and changing, and it doesn't know what, it doesn't really understand it, but it suddenly feels like it's on a whole new path. In a way, it actually is experiencing things in a variety of different ways. That lifetime from the past has its path that it took, but now It's taking multiple paths. It is experiencing things in several different ways all at once. No longer just linear, actually now multiple, a variety of different ways. And that lifetime can feel there's something going on. That lifetime knows that, well, it perhaps thinks it's the influence of angelic beings or God or something out there, but it suddenly feels like it's waking up, like it's changing its own course. That lifetime at times is frightened, and it's having very strange dreams about what's happening to it. That lifetime is confused, and there's nobody to talk to in that lifetime, but it also knows something monumental is going on at the soul level right now, changing the very course of itself. That's what's happening. And you're carrying that weight, but it's also a beauty. Stop and consider for a moment how beautiful that is, that you could be going through your awakening into your embodied mastery, into your realization, while all of the past lifetimes are changing the very course of their lifetime. Well, yeah, sometimes all what you're going through feels very slow, very like you're going through mud or something, but you have all these other past lifetimes, but you feel into those for a moment. You feel the epic nature of what they're going through. And then you realize that as the designated ascendee for all of your lifetimes, you realize the beauty of this moment. It's not just about you in this lifetime clawing and struggling and trying to get to realization. It's not about that at all. It's about the whole evolution of all the lifetimes. It's about the transformation on a soul level, the transformation of your wisdom, of bringing wisdom now. Wisdom is just flowing into the soul, and that wisdom is accessible to you right now. It is opening up the potentials that were never seen before, opening up potentials that you had blinders onto, and the past lives had blinders onto, and now it's like a brilliant new sun illuminating that forest of potentials, anything you could choose from. That's what's happening right now. And it's like your energy now, instead of being something foreign, something distant, something unfamiliar, that energy is now realigning to serve you. That's what's happening. And that's why I say, please, please, for my sake and the sake of your stories, when you get to the Ascended Masters Club, enjoy every moment of this. Savor it, what you would call the good times or the bad, because ultimately you'll realize it wasn't bad times. It wasn't bad times at all. It was just going through sometimes bumpy changes in your life. And as you know, this all comes about by this wonderful thing I call allowing. I know you're tired of hearing the word allowing, but I'm going to keep talking about it until you really do allow.
Então, é a questão do permitir. O permitir é a próxima etapa. Então, amanhã nós vamos comentar, não vamos passar o filme, vamos simplesmente comentar este filme de hoje, as explicações, vai ser dadas as explicações, e vamos encerrar e vamos lançar também o filme de amanhã, se der tempo de produzir ele todinho, tá? Então, eu aconselho que, se você está interessado realmente em despertar o seu verdadeiro ser, em gestar na sua responsabilidade agora o verdadeiro ser, aquele que você realmente é, né? O que está no coração, que mantém a vida no seu corpo, aquela identidade que penetrou no seu bebê na primeira respiração. Se você quiser, é importantíssimo que você faça as meditações, se possível, diariamente, e que você transforme a sua existência numa permanente meditação. Tem a meditação nos filmes, a meditação pura, em que você pode estar sempre praticando a meditação com todas as questões que ela traz. E a Escola de Sabedoria digital, de Adamos, o Crimson Círculo, e da Ordem Rosa Cruz estarão também sempre disponíveis, que é uma informação mais organizada. Então, amanhã nós teremos esta fala e, como vocês sabem, quando eu começo a falar, é difícil parar. Então, até amanhã com os comentários e as explicações sobre todo o significado do que foi expresso hoje nesses 10 primeiros minutos do Shoud 8.1. Boa noite.